All right, so let's talk pain in your pelvis during pregnancy. You may have heard the terms pelvic girdle pain or SPD or SI, joint pain. They're all pains either kind of in this front joint area of the pelvis where the two bones come together here, or where the pelvis meets the tailbone back here. The pain stems from imbalances in your muscles that are exacerbated by the relaxin in your system and the weight down on your pelvis pulling unevenly on those joints. So to ease the pain, one thing you can do in just daily life is try to minimize, if you're having that pain, things that you're doing one leg at a time. Like getting out of the car like this will likely cause pain. So try to kind of like swivel, hard to demonstrate on a swivel chair, but swivel both legs over together and then stand up. Kind of doing things with your legs together as much as possible. What you can also do is test out, because it really depends on where your imbalances are, test out some different methods of simple strengthening to maybe ease that pain and even out the imbalances as much as you can at this point. The first thing you can do, or first place maybe imbalances in your hamstrings. So the hamstrings pull on the back of your pelvis, one maybe pulling more than the other, thus causing the pain. So what you want to do is I'm in my husband's desk chair instead of my own right now because his comes up. You want to be in a chair that you can freely swing a leg, but also that you can not so high that you can't touch down for a point of stability with the other leg. Then I'm going to grab, I have a resistance band attached to a bookcase. This is a very light resistance band. We're not going for heavy weight here. We're not trying to challenge us super hard. We're just getting very light resistance. I'm going to take the band and place it behind my ankle. So this leg is able to move freely. And what I'm going to do is some hamstring curls. Just super light. Get a little bit further back here. Super light hamstring curls, so let it. And the reason why I want this leg to be hanging is because I don't want to be using my hip flexor or quad to lift my leg up. I want just to be working on the hamstring. So do about 5, maybe 8 reps on one side. And then release. You're going to stand up and just check in, see if that made the pain better. If it did make the pain better, do more of that on that one side. If it did not make the pain better, then try the other side as well. And you don't want to just strengthen the one side that made the pain better, because then you might be creating other imbalances. So my suggestion then would be, if working your hamstring this way made a difference in your pain, do double on the leg that made the biggest difference, and then to one set on the leg that didn't really seem to matter. I need to get a different chair to show you the next one. Alright, now I'm in my desk chair because I want my feet to be touching the ground in this case, and I have a mini band wrapped around my knees. Another place you might have imbalances is in the front to back of your pelvis, typically with weak glutes. So what we're going to do is make sure that we can fully lengthen and contract or shorten our glute muscles in this modified squat. So what would you place one hand on your belly, one hand on your glutes, and you're going to stand up without leaning too much forward and using your body's weight to do so. So you're really going to be using your glutes to stand up. So standing up and then sitting back down, making sure you're lengthening your glutes back down and engaging to stand back up. My balance is not the best right now. Let's try that again. So engaging your glutes to stand up, extending back down, engage and stand, extend back down, making sure your feet are staying flat on the floor. If you're lifting up your toes, it's an indication that you're using your upper body, thrusting forward too much to stand up. Obviously, there'll be some forward leaning, even more so for taller people, but try the best to use the glutes. Engage and extend. And then when you've done a few reps of that, take the band off, walk around, see if that has changed your pain at all. If it has, this is a great thing you can do along with potentially some horizontal squatting to really strengthen those glutes in a way that is supportive of your muscles. Another glute option is from the all fours position. Place your hands in underneath your shoulders, knees underneath your hips, and just push out into the band using your glutes, an adduction. This may be easier, more comfortable for you to do than the other glute standing, but it may not necessarily be the glute activation that you need. We're really just trying different things to see what makes the pain feel better. This is very subtle. I'm just subtly pressing out into my bands. Nothing is moving. My knees aren't moving. It's just an engagement of those glute muscles. All right. Last but not least is the adductors. So we talked about the hamstrings in the back. We talked about the glutes activating, contracting, and lengthening forward and back, but also side to side with the bands. And now is the adductors, the inside. So when we were on all fours, pushing out, we were working our abduction. Now we want to talk about these muscles here, the adductors, that pull on the pubic bone from the front middle. So what you can do is take your fists between your knees and squeeze. And then what you're going to do is alternating, do a couple reps on each side. Pull, it's a very subtle motion, pull the femur back while you're squeezing your adductor. Do a couple on one side, and then a couple on the other. You can see me doing it from the side. A very subtle motion. Likely one side is going to hurt and one side is going to make it feel better if it's an adductor imbalance issue that's causing your pain. Do more of the side that makes it feel better as an exercise to try to improve your pain over time. So try all these little things. Hopefully you find one of them that works, maybe two that helps ease the pain. And remember to give yourself rest, give yourself grace. Try to keep your legs together when they're bearing weight. Getting out of a chair, getting out of the car, try to kind of move them together. Limit exercises you do standing on one leg, or not limit, don't do them. And exercise-wise, working out, if the pain is significant, you may want to, aside from these little exercises that we're doing here, you may want to stop working out your lower body altogether and just do upper body for the remainder of the weeks of your pregnancy. Remember that this is a temporary time, and soon the baby will be out and you will be feeling better. Although there is a whole new list of things that we need to be aware of, mostly with our core and pelvic floor during that time. But the hip pain to that level should resolve itself relatively quickly.